All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Chris.
And Jen.
Now, we are going places with K and J. Do us a favor. We need them to
Like, view, and subscribe.
thumbs up, hit the notification bell down below. It'd really help us out. Now, for those of the 113 of you who do follow us, we haven't been doing many videos much this year at all, but in about a month we'll be going back to Vegas. I know, big shocker there, but we've actually found stuff we've never done before. So we're going to be making some new videos in about a month. But today's video is, what is today, Jennifer?
30 years.
Today is our 30th anniversary, as of about, 4 hours ago or something like that? Let's see
I
here.
have my watch on, but something like that.
All right,
yeah.
get out the phone. Well, of course. So it is 7:06.
3 hours ago.
As of 3 hours ago, 30 years ago, it would have been a Saturday, but we would be getting married tonight 30 years ago. So we basically just wanted to make a quick video and maybe give you a little bit of marriage advice about how to make your marriage last for 30 years. And I've been thinking about this all day. I think about everything all day. But and I haven't told Jenny what's on my mind.
Oh boy.
So Jennifer, what is the key to making a marriage last for 30 years?
Well, it was just kind of what we talked about before, just we wanted to make sure, even when we had kids, to be involved with each other, make sure that it wasn't all about the kids, that we still maintained a relationship during that time. Because we were kind of talking about it earlier this morning, or I guess this afternoon, whatever time that was.
And we've made videos about this before, but we're very serious that the most important thing in your relationship is your spouse, not your job, not your hobbies, not your phone, not your kids. Listen up, crazy ladies. I probably just said that and got myself in a lot of trouble. Listen up, ladies. All you mama bears out there, the most important thing in your life is not your children. It is your spouse.
And I think that's what we were talking about earlier, was that we were able to balance that. It's like, of course, especially when the kids were little, they needed us even more.
Yes.
They're very dependent on us, and I think that was one of the things we even talked about. It was like a little crazy. It was just like we were in a fog. It was just like trying to get kids to where they needed to go, and keep
them alive, keep them fed, keep the mortgage, pay the mortgage, keep the roof over their heads, feed them every day. That takes up a lot of time. And I understand, and we understand how that takes up a lot of your time.
And we, weren't as well off. And it's like the stress of paying bills and all of that stuff. I mean, it was just, but we always made a point to, even though we probably couldn't get out as much. We made a point to get out and make sure that we knew that we were still engaged with each other.
Right. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I cannot emphasize it enough. And I'm going to try to get this right. And I'm not sure if I picked this up in college or made it up myself, but let's see, how does it go? It goes,
no marriage,
no relationship, no marriage, no family. If you are somebody who believes in the traditional family of two people raising a family together, that is key. If you do not have a relationship with your spouse, you do not want to be married to that person, and it's going to be detrimental to your kids. It is better for your kids to have a relationship with your spouse than it is for one of you to be so involved in the kids that the spouse is just basically background noise. They did their job, the children have been produced, and now all of a sudden, I don't need you anymore because I have the children, and I'm going to just concentrate on the children. And I may be unfair in saying this, but I do think women do that more than men. Now, men...
Well, we have maternal instincts. Like, we want to make sure that
I know,
kids are
but...
taken care of.
And I want to point out something very, very strong. And I just said, hey, to all you mama bears out there, So yeah, you do have that maternal instinct. But to all the women who are watching this, I'm a mama bear, I'm a mama bear, I want to take care of my kids. I would like to point out, as a nature lover, I understand that a mama bear will do anything for her children, but there is a point where the mama bear actually drives her children away so she can get on with her life and they can get on with theirs. That is actual fact. Look it up. Watch the documentaries and everything else. Mama bear is only mama bear for so long, and then all of a sudden...
Because they have to survive on their own.
They got to survive on their own, right. What are you going to do? And that is actually a very good point. If you're a mama bear and you protect your kids, and when you're gone, how are they going to survive on their own? But, and I didn't tell Jenni this, you're probably wondering what happens when the inevitable issues pop up. And they have popped up in our relationship, and we have actually managed to weather them. Both she and I have done dumb things that damaged our relationship. And we had one major blow up about what, 12, 15 years ago now?
Yeah.
It pretty much almost ended us, but it did not. And honestly, what you have to understand and what you have to come to terms with is you're going to have those times, and what's going to happen when the storm hits. How are you going to weather the storm? And again, I didn't tell Jenni I was going to do this, so this is kind of a surprise to her. Surprise! But we just got back from a trip from Amarillo, and we went down to the Big Texan for our anniversary just as an overnighter because, you know, hey, we don't have kids, we can do stuff like that. But on our way down there, we got stuck in a very major thunderstorm.
Terrifying.
Very terrifying. So it started, we saw this thing from a long way off. Not the worst thunderstorm we've ever been in, by the way. The worst one was with the tornado. So we're going, and it's raining, and it gets harder and harder, and then it starts to hail, and all of a sudden we're both terrified. The hail is so loud we're like yelling at each other inside the car, and I'm saying, "What do you want me to do, Jen? What do you want me to do?"
Cars were pulling over.
Cars
some
were pulling
stopping,
over.
Some were turning around.
And we were not in a situation where we could have done that. So we're going, and the hail's getting louder and louder, and it's hitting the car and hitting the car.
Just go.
And she's yelling, just go. And we're in this like area in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't like we were in town. If you've ever,
we were literally like 16 miles away.
Yeah, we were 16 miles
so
from
we
the Big Texan,
close.
but we were so close and yet so far away. Because if you've ever been to Texas, you have towns and you have nothing. That's Texas. And so literally we got out. We never really got out of the storm until we got to the hotel, but once we got to the hotel, it was such a relief. We had weathered the storm. We literally thought we were going to get out of our car and it was going to be hail damage, and there was going to be, it was going to go. We were thinking this is going to be a cheap trip down to Texas, and when all of a sudden we're like, oh no, now we have insurance to deal with because we have a hail damaged car. But we did not.
We were unscathed.
We came out of it unscathed. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is when you have to weather the storm.
You just go.
You just go. Literally, you go.
No turning back.
You get through it, but you get through it together. There is no turning back. You've got to get through it. And when you get out of the other side, and all of a sudden you're looking at each other and you're smiling and going, oh, wow, we made it through. We're alive.
You're relieved and stronger for it.
And we got out and we looked. And thankfully this time there was no damage. But sometimes there's going to be damage, right? There's going to be damage sometimes.
Yeah. Things you can't take back.
Things you can't take back. Things you can't undo. But you know something? Just like anything else, sometimes the damage can be undone or forgiven. It will never be forgotten. It will never go away, but it can be forgiven. It can be patched up. You can get on with a perfectly happy, wonderful marriage in spite of the damage that has been done.
Because I think we've been stronger lately than we ever have.
Yes, I think we have. And honestly, part of that strength comes from, maintaining that relationship over the years. And honestly, the kids aren't home. I mean, I can't imagine what it would have been like with little kids in the backseat screaming, yelling, are we okay? Are we going to die? But it was just the two of us. And we relied on the two of us to get through that storm. And so what a lesson. What an absolute lesson in trying to go down to Texas, have a steak, and just chill out for a night and just enjoy each other as a couple. What an immense lesson that was
Yeah.
for me. And it hit home so hard in the since we've been home, me thinking about this literally all day, how big of a lesson that storm was for me. Because even if we would have got out and the car would have been damaged, we still made it through it.
We would have been okay.
And we would have been okay, and the damage could be fixed. So what a lesson that is for both of us, I think. And I think that's a lesson for you too. Wherever you're at in your marriage, if you got kids at home, if your kids are grown, when you come upon those storms, weather it together, come out on the other side, and I promise you, if you weather it together and you do come out on the other side and you don't give up on each other and you don't let the hail and the rain and the storm affect you, you will come out smiling, even through the worst of circumstances. So that would be my encouragement to you. You want to make it 30 years? Love each other and make it through the storms, and don't let the storm get the best of you. That's the best advice I can give you. So, any advice you can give them, Jenny?
Well, I think
how to put up with a stupid husband?
And have lots and lots of patience.
And don't be so stubborn about things.
I am not stubborn.
You are stubborn.
No, I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
Are too.
I'm not stubborn.
Yes, she is.
No, I'm not.
Yes, she is.
He doesn't know me at all.
If you don't know me by now, you'll never, never, never know me. Ooh. But anyway, so before this gets too long, this is Chris.
And then Jen.
Do us a favor, like, view, and subscribe. And no matter what, weather the storm. See you in Vegas in about a month.
Yay.
Yay is right. Wait till you see that room. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, Jenny's thinking of a different room, but
Yeah.
get your minds out of the gutter, people. See you in Vegas. Or see you in Nevada, actually. Bye.
Bye.